So Jeannie Buss and the Buss family are selling the Los Angeles Lakers for $10 billion. They're selling to Mike Walter. Mark Walter is part of Guggenheim Partners. Mark Walter is also the principal owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he also owns the Los Angeles Sparks, and I think he owns a Formula One team and a bunch of other stuff. So the Buss family, which I never thought they would ever sell the Lakers ever because it was a family business, but it's hard. Being a Browns fan, Art Modell used to own the Browns, and then he would later, when he moved the team to Baltimore, he sold the team to Biscotti. And what happened with Art Modell was, once upon a time, a sports franchise could be a family business, and that could be your own sense of income. But these days, man, you need billions of dollars in your pocket to run a franchise. And to be honest, you need multiple streams of income. You just owning a franchise, you can make a lot of money, but these days, you just need multiple streams of income. So the Buss family actually probably did the right thing at this point. $10 billion is nothing to sneeze at. Their dad, Dr. Jerry Buss, originally bought the team for like $67.5 million. And even then, he over leveraged himself. He had to piece that money together. I mean, he was sweating bullets. Go watch Winning Time on HBO. Fantastic series. Should have been nominated for Emmys. Should have had a third season. John C. Reilly played Dr. Jerry Buss. Adrian Brody played Pat Riley. It was fantastic. I love that show. But that first season dealt with what Jerry Buss went through to piece all that money together to get the Lakers. Like, he really wanted that team. And even though he had money, it just wasn't enough. And I think he went to his ex-wife. Like, he really extended himself to get that franchise. So for their dad, let's put together over $67 million, and now they're selling it for $10 billion. That's something interesting. Side note to this story. So I mentioned how Mark Walter is the principal owner of the LA Dodgers. One of the minority owners of that team is Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, a few years ago, was a minority owner of the Lakers, but when he decided to become a minority owner of the Dodgers, he had to sell his interest in the Lakers. So I'm wondering, since Magic is hooked up with Mark Walter, will Magic now become a minority partner again with the Lakers, and will Magic almost be maybe a team president or just be an active minority owner with the team? We'll see what Magic's influence will be on the Lakers moving forward, because he loves that franchise. So it's almost like a perfect circle in a lot of ways. I mean, Magic's not the majority owner, but most likely he'll probably end up being a minority owner in the franchise. But this also says something. It's going to be harder and harder for black men in this country to own any of these franchises, because you need either billions of dollars in your pocket. I mean, billions, not just be a billionaire, but billions. Because I think Mark Walter is worth like 12 billion. So you need like billions of dollars in your pocket, or be part of a group or organization that has billions of dollars at your disposal. It's so hard. It's so hard. But this brings me to this list of the top 5 sports franchise sales in U.S. history. So number 5 was the Suns and the Mercury, and that was for $4 billion. And that owner, I think, he did something crazy. I don't know, sexual harassment or something like that. Something was going on with the Suns. So the NBA pressured him, I think, to sell the team. So he sold it for $4 billion. The Denver Broncos was sold for over $4 billion. That's one of the closest moments where you had a team of black owners that was trying to buy the Broncos, but the NFL went with I think a guy from the Walton family who owns Walmart. So they sold it to him, but then they added like Condoleezza Rice and Lewis Hamilton. Shout out to Lewis Hamilton, but they came as minority owners. It's like, no, the NFL is like, we don't care what happens. We are never going to have majority black owners in this league, ever. they said no. And it was like a group of black men. I think they were in the running to be like the first majority black male owners in the league, or any leagues, to be honest. And the NFL is like, nah, we're going to this Walton family. So you bastards. Oh my God. Number 3, the Commanders, they were sold for $6 billion, and that happened because Daniel Snyder. There was a lot of weird stuff happening with the Commanders, a lot of sexual harassment stuff going on, and it's funny. Like, there's nothing that happened to it. There was no trial. There was nobody went to jail. Nobody got R. Kelly. Nobody got Cosby. Nothing happened to Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder's punishment, he made billions of dollars. All that scandals. Go look it up. There was a ton of scandals with the Commanders, and nothing happened to that dude. In fact, I don't even know what Daniel Snyder is. The only thing I know is he sold that team. He didn't want to sell the team. He sold that team, and he got billions of dollars, and we never seen him again. And all that stuff that happened, all that sexual stuff that was going on with the Commanders, just seemed to go away. It's always amazing when those things happen, isn't it? Number two, the Celtics. They were sold recently, I guess for over $6 billion. No controversies there. They just sold the team. And number one is the Lakers at $10 billion. So it makes you wonder who's next. Um, you got two franchises that can fetch $10 billion or more. You got the Yankees, and it makes me wonder. The Steinbrenner family. It's kind of like the Buss family, like it's a family business. Uh, George Steinbrenner loved the Yankees just like Jerry Buss loved the Lakers. I think this family wants to keep the Yankees going under the Steinbrenner family. But if you're them and you saw how much the Buss family got for the Lakers, you got to start thinking like, if they can get $10 billion for the Lakers, what can we get for the Yankees? And it should be on par. But man, that Yankee brand, man, is huge. So they might actually probably get more money if they ever decide to sell the Yankees. And then you got the Knicks. You have the Knicks, and they have a horrible owner. And I think people would pray that one day he decides to sell the Knicks. Man, that includes Madison Square Garden. If my man decides to sell the Knicks, how much money do you think he can get? Do you think he can get $10 billion, or do you think he can get $50 million or $20 billion? So between the Yankees and the Knicks, because those are the only two franchises that should be next as far as getting more than $10 billion, which one do you think is worth more? And if you're a Lakers fan, how do you feel about the Buss family selling the team? Are you sad to see Jeannie Buss and the Buss family go away because they've been there for so long, or do you think it's time? And what do you think? What do you think Magic Johnson's role? If Magic Johnson can come back in as a minority owner, what do you think his role would be? Do you think he should be the face of the franchise, be team president, or just kind of be minority owner and show up to the games to be supportive, but not really be part of the day-to-day operations of the Lakers, even though he bleeds purple and gold?